Hi YouTube family, this is Iris. Today is Thursday, May 26th. It's been about 4 weeks since we last spoke about spring cleaning in the garden, and I just wanted to take you on a walkthrough. As you can see, my six-sided sedum is very happy where it is, and that ground cover is doing great. You can also see that it likes to creep. So it's a little adventure. We'll see. I've been taking any large masses and just throwing it up under the tree. I really like not having to mulch this space. My phantom hydrangea has woken up very nicely. Fertilized it early on, but I don't see any buds. Mostly just foliage filling in, and I'm okay with that because this is her second season with us and she wants to be as full as she wants to. I did give her a hard prune in the spring, so I'm eager to see what she has to offer this year. I do fertilize with the holly tone, I think it is, for the roses and the hydrangeas. But she looks beautiful to me just walking up on her like that. Also today I put in some petunias. I wanted to experiment with that garden concept of creating a drift. So around this water feature area, I put in some light yellow petunias, and they are featured in most of my container pots who are saluting the canna lily this year. I started these canna lilies in the house, so of course they're ready to come outside quicker than the temperature is. So some of them are a little weather burned, but they promise to offer a very nice burgundy foliage throughout the summer. These brackets that they're on are actually sold at the dollar store as tomato trellises, and my tomatoes would weigh that down very easily. And I had gotten a couple of them in order to just use for trellises, so they actually serve the canna lily pretty nicely. These guys, mini semi-shaded area, so the tree acts as a canopy, and my hostas love it. They really, and you see the irises are starting to put on their show. I also wanted to thank you guys for your kindness. Whenever I get on a video, I am trying to eagerly pronunciate and say the names of a plant, and sometimes I'll call a hosta a hydrangea or a hydrangea a hosta, and you guys are so kind to me. I appreciate that. I know I watch YouTube garden videos like they are my sitcom or something, so I know it's a welcoming garden community. Here you can see that the hardy mums are coming back this year. That's very exciting. Along this wall, I planted 4, and of the 4, 3 returned. This one didn't make it back. But you can also see the hens and chicks are loving where they are. I'm really excited about the irises, so I wanted to capture that. You can see the alliums are still presenting nicely. I've seen those spray painted to maintain their sparkle throughout the year, even though they bloom early on. I've seen them in like night garden displays. So the containers this year, again, are saluting the canna lily, and they have a petunia, creeping Jenny. That's a Proven Winters petunia in there, the purple and white as well. And I'm still trying to recall this perennial's name. She comes back every year. And then we have the Walgelia starting to put on her show. She has maybe a few more days, but a nice warm day will make them all say hello. And then I have just a few of my dahlias. I think I put them in the ground too early and they didn't like it. So we'll see who shows up for the party. And shaped up the boxwoods, and the zebra grasses are coming back in. Some more irises about to bloom with the peonies right behind it. And then we have this euonymus. So our lower beds, the foliage is really nice. We're about a little under 2 months away from the garden walk. So I'll probably have to cut the lower bed down to put on a fresh bloom for the garden walk. But the patio area is filling in nicely. I just thinned out some of the hostas that were overcrowding one another. And I planted up these tripod containers that I got from the dollar store last year with the petunias. I am going to cut these petunias back a little bit, the purple ones, because they're starting to look a little leggy. But I just planted this beautiful, it's not even lemon like the creeping Jenny. It's such a soft, pretty yellow. I don't know if the camera is doing it justice, but it is beautiful. Oh, there's my shovel. I was looking for it. And then coming around the patio, I shaped these guys up earlier in the spring just to take away some of the height, I think I would say, the height of it. I wouldn't call it height. I was just shaping them. And then I was noticing they were coming over the edge of the patio border. So I shaped them up again today. I'm really hoping they grow as vigorously as they like, because we want them to kiss and get some height. We really want like a little wall here. So that'll be fun. Trying a new experiment with the amaryllis. Someone told us that you could put them in a container and just let them be foliage for the summer, and then put on a magnificent bloom again. And then you can see the petunia theme again. We have the Japanese maple liking where she is. And then the elephant ears, again, it's only 70 degrees. So some of these guys are telling me about their preferences. They don't really like the cool weather. But then we have these hydrangeas I got on sale at Lowe's. Our forever love for Lowe's with their clearance. But they had gotten some winter, they came out early, but can you see the new growth? I'm really excited about them. I think I'm gonna give them to my sister because they're a shade loving hydrangea, and if you keep their soil more acidic, they're the blue bloomers. So I have them in containers with a soil mix just for them, but there are 6. They're in the shade, kind of tucked away right now, and I'm gonna let them recoup. Oh, this one's growing in. I'm gonna cut all those burnt leaves back, but they're coming in really nicely. And then I don't want to hold you long, although again, these are my television shows, so I really love them. This is my prayer garden. So this is where the beauty is kind of behind you, and you look this way and you could see. If he could do that with a seed, then surely he can handle my prayer requests. And then here is the vegetable garden. I will say that my seedlings were sparse this year. The best performers are the ones that stayed in here. And now I'm a little nervous because I see a hole in, I think this is cabbage. That white butterfly is not our friend. And then here are the seedlings. Some, they just don't like the cool weather. And because I was out of town, I kind of had to hurry up and get them out. But now I feel like I should have started another set. We'll see how it goes. The asparagus is just doing beautifully. I think we still have a year to go before we can start harvesting that for our own, our own pantry kitchen. The potatoes are doing well. Potatoes. This is a blueberry bush. These are carrots and what looks like a basil seed or startling made it in there. I have some more marigolds, more potatoes. This Wigelia, I'm confident, is going to be just gorgeous. We have okra, and then we have the additional potatoes and onions, and those are goji berries. My herbs are over here, and those are our eye candy for the gate. My herbs are over here. This year I put these separate containers at the base because they used to dry out so much. I felt like I was abusing them, my herbs that tried to provide for us. But then I put those cups and I have to make sure they don't drown. So here are the fruit trees, and these guys will be placed in the espalier format shortly. They're just waking up and putting on foliage. We probably won't see another harvest for 2 more years. Not another, but a harvest. But this is what I wanted to show you guys before we go up front. Look at the irises. The irises never get their press. Not that I am biased, but they come so early in the spring and they present so nicely. Look at that. It's going to be just, each morning I'll just come out here and look at them with that. Thank you. It's quite lovely. And then coming around, we have some proven winners, petunias that I'm going to really be eager to see how they mound. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they present as big as this guy, who I can't recall who she is. And then here's my hydrangea lane. And they're waking up nicely. I don't think I'll cut these. I'm sorry, pardon the focus there. But I don't think I'll cut these off. But some of them have no babies. And some of them do. So we'll see how they all choose to wake up. No pressure. And then last year I had this pot with the crocus family, and they got so huge. So I want to see how others perform in here. And then here are my hostas. And I just cut back these babies. I have elephant ears back there, but again, it's been so cool. I hope they don't get mad. I'm just going to show you the other side of the driveway. Can I tell you that the Miss Kim lilacs are saying hello world? And the aroma is so beautiful. We have the zebra grass coming around the compost with some autumn joy sedum, and the tulips are dying back. These I don't mind a little bit of brown because it's kind of around the grass, and there's a little eye distraction for you over here. But look at that, Miss Kim lilac. That is beautiful. And then as we come down here, the butterfly bushes are waking up, and that foliage you see is left over from the snowdrops who told the world spring is coming. I'm going to wrap up with, I did a separate video about suggestions for the porch, but I salute all those who present YouTube videos. There is a lot to be done in landscaping, and then to mount a camera and move it every time you go to do a task. I am amazed at when I start something in the front yard, how many times I walk toward the backyard, or when I go to the side of the house I'll take a break and come and do something in the front of the house. So a camera for me at this point is a come and enjoy the garden with me experience. So thank you again for viewing my videos. And then this is the front of the house. And I always say my garden is about 85% done because I've had these opportunities to put in some good sweat equity with them. But this is Memorial Weekend and the mulch goes on sale. Ha ha ha. So I will refresh all this mulch, but it is a large amount of mulch needed. So I probably won't have a camera with me. But look at this black lace elderberry. I was listening to HortTube and he was talking about guiding the growth of your plants, even your shrubs, to prune them. So to see this one looking more like what I was hoping it would be, lean and develop into a beautiful eye-catching statement piece. So we will remulch all this area in time for us to enjoy it over the break. But it's a beautiful, beautiful late spring day, and I just wanted to show you what happens in 4 weeks. So it is some sweat equity for sure to get it all in, even just the porch plants, trying to make a pattern of consistency easy for the eye to enjoy. It's really been fun though, and gardening is so therapeutic. So I wanted to thank you all for taking the time and viewing my garden videos. It is such a metamorphosis to enjoy, and I hope that it provides you with some ideas of what you can do in Zone 6A. I misspoke that before, mistakenly saying 6B, but in upstate New York, it's just starting to get warm. And when I traveled, it was like 98 degrees. So of course, when I got back, I was like, everything's awake, and everything wasn't. But the housekeeping, okay, we'll say 92% of the housekeeping for the garden is done that we can sit and enjoy. I think after the mulch, I'll say 98% because there's always a plant or something, right? All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for walking through the garden with me. I love gardening, and I hope this encourages you in your garden. Have a great day.